Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs, the products, all the solutions. You've got the phone. Make that call. Let's see what's going on in the market right now. The S&P 500 is now up 15.43. We're looking at the 10-year Treasury down 7 basis points. The mortgage-backed securities are up 20 basis points. Remember, that's the price of the bond. That means the interest rate is going down. That's what happens when the bonds always move. The yield or rate moves in the opposite direction of the bond. But let's take a look and see what OBMMI they tell us. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. 30-year conforming loans down yesterday to 6.239. 30-year jumbos down yesterday 6.273. 30-year FHA loans down yesterday 6.256. 30-year USDA, that's the best loan on the market for those that earned it, 6.21. I'm sorry, that's not the best loan. That's the 30-year USDA is the rural areas. Generally, those are with no down payment. The best loan is the 30-year VA loan, and that was up just a little bit yesterday at 6.057. All of that, and now we look and see, why did the market change? Why is it doing what it's doing? Well, as we mentioned yesterday, today we got the Consumer Price Index report, showed that overall inflation decreased by 0.1% year over year. Inflation declined from 7.1 to 6.5. Both of these figures were right in line with expectations. If you took the last 3 readings and extrapolated them over the next 12 months, the run rate would be 1.6%. Hello, Jerome Powell, do you hear that? The main focus is the core rate, which strips out food and energy prices. It increased by 0.3%, while year over year, the index decreased from 6% to 5.7%. Both of these were in line with estimates. If you took the last 3 readings and extrapolated them over the next 12 months, that would be 3%. Hello, Jerome Powell. Did you hear that one? He keeps increasing the interest rates on the Fed fund rates because he wants to get these numbers down to around 2%. Here's the anomaly. In that report, the cost of shelter, that would be the roof over your head, rose by 0.8% and is now up 7.5% year over year. Does anybody believe that rents and real estate increased by 0.8% in the month of December? Does anybody believe that? Well, rent rose 0.8% last month and is now up 8.3% year over year, which is up from 7.9. Owner's equivalent rent, that's what I own my house and I think I can rent it for. Doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about, but that's what I think I can get for it. This tries to capture the rise in home prices, but does a poor job. Rose 0.8% and is up 7.5% year over year, up from 7.1. While the CPI shelter costs are still catching up and adding inflationary pressure, real shelter costs have been coming down because shelter makes up 39% of CPI. It was the main cause of the 0.3% monthly gain. But imagine when this catches up and starts to add deflationary pressure. This might be in February. So looking at more of the internals, energy prices fell 4.5% from a month ago, bringing the annual gain down to 7.3%. Gas prices fell 9%, now down 1.5% from a year over year. Food prices make up 14% of CPI, climbed 0.3% in December, bringing the year over year gain to 10.4%. I don't know what that is because so many of the things I look at in the grocery store, they've gone up more than just a little bit. Bottom line, that is the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You make the call 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.